Hey guys, Justin here, welcoming you to OtakusandGeeks.com reviews, and today I want to talk about A Quiet Place, which stars Emily Blunt and John Krasinski. And as always, I give you guys a brief synopsis of the film, and I'm going to give you a brief synopsis and then talk about the film. So here's a brief synopsis of the film. A Quiet Place is a 2018 American horror film directed by John Krasinski, who stars alongside Emily Blunt, his real-life spouse. The screenplay was written by Krasinski, Brian Woods, and Scott Beck. Based on the story by Woods and Beck, the plot follows a family of four who must live life in silence while hiding from creatures that hunt by sound. I literally just finished leaving the theater for this, and oh my gosh, this might be my favorite movie of 2018 so far. Just the way this movie was, just the concept of it, the way the execution is, the acting, the cinematography, the music, everything that I love about film and story and character development is in this film. I mean, this is just I'm not gonna call it a masterpiece. I'm not even gonna call it a classic, because I'm gonna have to watch it multiple times to consider it that. I'm gonna probably see it 2 more times. But I would definitely say this is probably the most breath of fresh air films so far in 2018 to hit major cinema. This was just amazing. I'm still blown away about it. One thing that really stands out about this film is not only the story, it's also the performances of Emily Blunt, John, and the kids. What makes this really great, you guys, is the fact that there isn't much dialogue. And for anyone who has actor friends or are actors themselves, or people who study film, you know that some of the most toughest things about acting will be to really convey that emotion without dialogue. To be able to tell a story just based on movement, facial expressions, and all that jazz. And it really nails it with this. Just the whole concept of, if you make any type of sound, you are going to die. And that is it. And it really establishes that in the first 10 minutes of the film, which I'm not going to give spoilers to, but somebody dies and you see how serious and menacing these creatures really are. And one thing that really just fascinates me is that I really hope this actually does become some type of franchise, just because the way this world is. It leaves you, it doesn't explain anything about the creatures. There's little hints of newspaper articles that you get the director John just pans over glossily just a little bit for a few seconds, just so you can see titles of articles, so you can get an overall idea of what is happening to this world in this post-apocalyptic invasion age. And it's just amazing just the way the concept was delivered. I will say that the biggest execution, which makes this really well, is the music. Since there's no dialogue really, and everybody's either talking through sign language, which is actually, here's a nice fact, the actress that plays the daughter is actually deaf in real life. So it was just really cool to get that real authenticity when it comes to sign language and how they're communicating. And just the way this world is, it really just keeps you on edge. Now, I've seen a lot of horror movies, so it didn't scare me, but just the concept of it really did kind of creep me out. Just like, oh my God, if I sneeze hard, if I do this hard, or if I slam the door, flush the toilet, all this other stuff, they will come for me, and they know where you're at just by the sound. They can track it. So it's just this family living on the edge. One thing, if I was be a nitpicker, I would have loved to see how other people are reacting to the world. It's just a rich world that was just already established. By doing so little, they told so much more. And I like movies like that. Sometimes less really is better. You don't have to hold the audience hand. You establish the premise with the audience understands the premise, and they leave with it just like, man, I want more. The ending, a lot of people didn't like the ending because it's kind of a cliffhanger. I think that the ending was really perfect for the film, because I felt that the ending really establishes what we just figured out. Okay, so how they're going to survive this and what's going to happen next. I know some people want a definitive closing chapter, but I think they left it a little bit open just in case they want to make this a franchise. I would love to see this again. Emily Blunt, once again, is just fire. John Krasinski, once again, he was also amazing. Just great time as a director as well. You can tell that he really did love doing this movie, from the establishing shots, from his directing, his acting, and I love these small scale films where it just really focuses on the characters. And I gotta talk about the two kids' performances. Usually child actors sometimes takes me out of the film, but these kids brought so much emotion, so much intensity. You really do feel for them. And watching this just made me go, you know what? I probably don't want to have kids during the apocalypse. It's just, it's going to be so hard to survive this. It just makes it so much harder. I know that sounds terribly bad for it just to say that publicly, but anyway, it's just a review. But overall, you guys, A Quiet Place is a very brilliant film. It's not going to be for everybody. Some people need dialogue. Some people need more of a faster pace. The pace is a little bit slow, but just the characters are so engaging that you really don't care. You really get wrapped up into this world after the first 10 minutes. And just the way they figuring out ways how not to make any type of sounds, and you find more about the lore of the creatures and everything else. So I'm definitely, if I have to see rate this full price, wait for streaming services, matinee, or skip it, full price, go see it in theaters, you guys. It is a wonderful film, great production. The music is also, before I leave, the music and sound play a key role in this. And as I'm always stressing how important music and sound is, this one really understands that. It doesn't give you that little jump scare soundtrack that you get from time to time. It does, it's in the movie, don't get me wrong, but it utilizes it so well. The jump scares utilized very well. There's times that I wasn't even expecting this thing to pop up because it was just a normal scene and the creature comes out of nowhere. You just go, oh crap, there he is. Just a great film, you guys. Please see this film. It is really good. It might not be for everybody if you're expecting dialogue, you're expecting the plot and story to be handed to you on a silver platter. They set the premise up, and that's pretty much it. And you just watch how the characters interact. It's a great film, you guys. One of my favorites so far, 2018. This is Justin from otakusandgeeks.com saying later days. And for more reviews, interviews, and everything geek, go to otakusandgeeks.com. Peace.